Oh my gosh, this is amazing, and I just want to say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, project, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. We're here for episode 69. We're going to be bringing you the Smackdown and Rampage results. Shout out to Gilch. How you doing tonight?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm all right, man. We had another long night of wrestling, 3 hours on the Friday night. Looks like the 3 hours made Dave pass out. He's not here. He said he was going to be here, but he's not. We all know Jace drunk somewhere. I don't know where.
Watching NXT highlights.
Yeah, he's probably watching highlights. Zion Quinn lose to Apollo Crews, which was a really nice touch this week. Made this week extra special. I always enjoy watching Jay's favorite wrestlers to lose. It's a good time. But let's get into SmackDown. What'd you think? Did you catch the opening? Well, how much of the show did you watch tonight? You got all of it?
About a little less than half and kind of scattered a bit.
I don't blame you. There was a lot to fast forward to. I feel like tonight wasn't even like a wrestling show. I mean, with the exception of the opening match, which kind of surprised me. Because that's probably one of the better opening matches I've seen on a SmackDown. That might have been the best opening match of SmackDown this year. It was actually a decent match. It wasn't the greatest match. I didn't appreciate all the run-ins that we saw from, Rich Holland. It was, good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. They had the whole ringside set up. By the way, it was coming to you from, I believe it was Atlanta, Georgia, or as Drew likes to say, Hotlanta. And we had the good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. I believe it's the first of its kind in WWE. Have you ever seen this before? This is definitely the first, right?
It's a first, yeah.
They had the whole ring set up. They had a little mini bar out there. They had barrels of Irish whiskey, as Pat McAfee was telling us. Michael Cole seemed pretty excited about this match. Drew McIntyre makes his entrance, immediately attacked by Sheamus from the behind, starts clobbering on him. Did his famous spot that he likes to do, the clobbering, over the top rope. Except this time he used like the shillelagh, hit him about a good 20 times. It looked like it was actually a pretty stiff match overall. The beginning opened up a little slow, obviously, because they knew they were going to be going at it for like half an hour. So it looked like they were just like starting off nice and easy with slow, long spots, to save their energy for the rest of the night and the end of the match. Drew did look impressive. A lot of belly-to-belly suplexes all over the place. His neck breaker, does his kick up. Drew to the outside, brings in 3 chairs, now 4, now 5, now 6. Sheamus now chucks a chair at Drew's head to counter all this as Drew was trying to get back in the ring. All the chairs were piled up in the middle of the ring. We see Sheamus look for the white noise, and then instead we get a counter by Drew with the Future Shock DDT on the stack of chairs, which is definitely more of the TV-14. Did you notice? Was it a TV-14 tonight?
You know what? I did not check.
I have to start catching that shit. It's like right at the beginning where you can obviously hit the guide button, which I never fucking do. God, I'm that lazy. Rich Holland comes in with the attack using the shillelagh, breaking it over the back of Drew. Now Sheamus with a brogue knee, covering a kick out. Drew sends Ridge off the post into a Billy and Billy through the table as we go to break. Back, we see a table set up in the ring. Drew going for the superplex, but Sheamus fights him off now. Drew hanging in the Tree of Woe. This was impressive. Drew actually sat up from the Tree of Woe position, pulls Sheamus off, goes for the Claymore. Sheamus dodges, hits the Alabama Slam. We don't see that from Sheamus that often, pulling out the nice Alabama Slam, covering a kick out. Sheamus tries to drive Drew into the ringside, but Drew counters, sends him into the bar. Now Butch took to the sky, jumping off the double-stacked barrels. We see Sheamus breaking a wooden chair over Drew's back. Now Sheamus with the white noise off the second rope, which was a very nice-looking spot, covering a kick out from Drew. Sheamus commands Butch to bring him the big one, the big shillelagh. This thing looked like it was out of like a bad guy in Harry Potter, like a giant fucking shillelagh. This thing was like 6 feet tall. Goes to hit Drew, but Drew with a Glasgow kiss takes the big shillelagh from him, beats Sheamus, beats Butch. Now Butch with the distraction. Butch with the distraction to Drew. Then Drew hits the Claymore to Butch. Sheamus now hits the bro kick. Drew kicks out of this, which I thought the match was over right there, but nope, they're pushing Drew. Now Drew gets catches him, power bombs him through a table. Now in the corner, setting up for the Claymore. Sheamus crawls for the shillelagh. As he begins to get up, he's hit with a devastating Claymore in the 1, 2, 3. They did the whole dramatic, Michael Cole saying, "Oh, Sheamus doesn't want to do this to him." Look at Drew was even trying to play it off like, "Oh, I can't." Come on, man. You guys been beating the hell out of each other for like 6 months now. Now you feel bad for him? Anyway, he Claymores the shit out of him, picks up the 1, 2, 3, and he is going to headline the first pay-per-view show for the UK in over 30 years at Clash at the Castle. Which, that's kind of crazy. 30 years and they haven't been back in the UK.
That's wild.
That is kind of wild, right? Because they have such a huge fan base over there. You caught, obviously, the Bret Hart versus British Bulldog match 30 years ago. Was that one of your favorites, childhood? I actually loved that match. I thought it was a lot of fun.
It was. And if I remember, they were both faces at the time, right?
Yeah.
That's, during that era, that was not like a regular thing. That was kind of like different during that era. Like everything.
That was super rare. I mean, the only other time you saw something like that was probably Warrior and Hogan, maybe, or even maybe Macho Man Hogan if they ever got in the ring on a house show or something like that.
I remember like Bret Hart, like as a kid, like that era, he was my favorite. But I remember watching that match and like as a kid and not being sure like when to be happy and when not to, because even though Bret was my favorite, I still liked the Bulldog, so it was.
That was SummerSlam, wasn't it?
I believe it wasn't Mania. I think it was SummerSlam.
No, definitely not Mania. But what's crazy is that might be like the only SummerSlam ever where the Intercontinental title was the main event. That's what I would have wanted to bring up. Like, you've never seen that before, like at a SummerSlam or a Survivor Series or the main event to be like for the IC. That never happens. I don't even know. I can't even remember the storyline. I don't even know. I'm assuming Hogan was champion there and all that, and he just wasn't part of the show.
I don't remember.
I don't fucking remember. I gotta look into that, but that was a good show. I'm pretty sure it was SummerSlam, and obviously British Bulldog won, didn't he?
That one you did.
Yeah, and then he won. That was his first IC title, big moment in the UK, and they haven't been back since. So this is actually a pretty exciting pay-per-view. I'm sure they're going crazy in the entire United Kingdom right now for this match between Drew and one of 3 possible guys. Should be interesting. This is not the last we're going to see of Drew. I actually gave this match, even though there was a lot of interference and all that, but it's a no DQ. But considering that it's a no DQ, it did stay in the ring for the most part. So I'm going to give it a 3.5. You got a grade? You got any thoughts about this match?
That's fair. It was one that I planned to start fast forwarding early, and I watched a bit of it. It was pretty good, and skipped around a little bit, but I kept tuning back in, and I was a little more impressed than I thought I would be for most of that match. 3.5 is actually spot on.
It's because we've seen them so many times go at it, so it's like you kind of know what to expect. But again, they did have a little, creativity tonight. That Alabama Slam. There was a couple other nice spots. The whole setup outside, using the bar, using the chairs, using the shillelaghs, jumping off that double barrel from Butch. Even though I hate interference, I love Butch. So just to see him have his little Jimmy Snuka, because he got pretty high up there for that crossbody, whatever the fuck he did off there. It was pretty nice. Then we get a video package. Well, actually, first we get an interview with Drew. Kayla says, "This has to feel good." Drew says, "Hot Lanta, you've been rocking all night." Sheamus, "It did not have to be this way." Now we see just the whole craziness, man. Theory coming out. Just fucking attacks Drew. And apparently this stems back to what happened on Monday Night Raw. Theory stealing his moment. Says, "You ain't doing nothing. I'm going to have the title here. I'm going to have the title there. Blah, blah, blah." Did you enjoy this?
Listen, let them continue to keep beating up Theory with the briefcase and everything. Let them do whatever they want. It's just watching him get embarrassed for like 2-3 weeks in a row now. Again, like we said, it just seals me and you's
ideas about what's happening.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's winning this thing now. No doubt.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident too. I mean, I saw a video today of Triple H, and they were doing an interview with him. I don't know if you caught it. And they were asking him what the difference is between, now that you're running it and Vince. Like, are you going to actually, what are you planning on doing, blah, blah, blah. And he just said, you got to watch the product. Just watch the product. I don't know. I just have a feeling like he has big plans for Theory and NXT, too. I don't know if you heard NXT's going back to black and gold. Did you see that video today with Triple H?
I have the video bookmarked. I wanted to watch it. I heard it was good. As soon as I saw that Trips was there, I was like, all right, I want to watch this.
Apparently, they've been doing tryouts in Nashville. I believe Dwight Howard tried out. They said I saw his video. He came out there and he did the whole thing from like that movie, the Dragon movie in Harlem, Shotokan or whatever the fuck his name is.
Really?
Remember Leroy Enter the Dragon?
Yeah.
What was the bad guy's name in that movie?
Oh man,
Shokan. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway, he came out, did that whole shtick. I don't know. Would you recruit Dwight Howard? I think that's bad.
I don't know.
We have so many of these kind of interactions and celebrities come in and out throughout the years, and some of them are good and some of them are just fucking.
It's funny with him because he's always been like a super athletic guy for a 7-footer. He's got to be close to 40 years old already. I don't know.
Oh, you book him versus Shaq, you can get half the NBA fans to tune in. Tell you that much.
Book him versus Jade.
Oh shit. No, they'll probably book him versus Omos, and it'll just be like the worst match of all time. Now we get a video package of Corbin attacking Pat McAfee. We see Corbin walk towards the announce table, eating popcorn, trolling Pat McAfee from behind, throwing popcorn at him, talking shit. He has a sign that says Pat's a loser with a picture of a young Pat. Cole says you have to just do your job and just ignore him. Then we get the video package of Seth hurting Riddle. We get more trolling for Corbin. And honestly, I thought this was all fucking great. This was probably the best part of the night. I love the fact that they didn't do too much like they've done in previous segments. It was quick, subtle, but added a nice touch to it. He was throwing popcorn at him again. Pat says, you suck. Corbin says, no, you suck. You got fired from the Colts. He's just talking mad shit. Now Corbin's still trolling while Cole and Pat are trying to announce the matches for SummerSlam. Pat says, I know there's new people in charge, but like, this is not like, can we do something about this, please? Corbin won't stop. Now officials come out. Corbin hops over the rail, and we see the low blow from Corbin putting Pat down, as obviously Pat McAfee may be overselling a little bit tonight. But, it's much needed. He got kicked in the nuts. He's like, ah! It was good. Good segment. Then we get the interview with Theory. This was what you'd expect from an interview with Theory. Just more shit talking. Basically telling everybody, I'll save you the question. Everyone's tired of, I'm tired of everyone treating me like a punching bag. I can't help it that guys like Madcap, Bobby Dolph are all jealous of me. Because, just because they're jealous of me, that's not going to stop me from cashing in tomorrow. Brock won't stop me. He hasn't been able to stop me. I mean, he attacked me, but I'm still here. Roman attacked me on Monday. I'm still here. Matter of fact, no one is going to stop me from being champion and walking into Clash and making Drew my punching bag again. Now walks in Paul Heyman, says, hey man, let's go. Let's go for a little walk, Let's talk about your future. Which I thought was interesting. Nice little touch on there. Because obviously Heyman's going to need a job when Roman goes fishing. So I could definitely see Theory being a Paul Heyman guy.
Yes.
He doesn't need a mouthpiece, but Heyman does have certain abilities that can help a heel stay on top. We'll see how long that lasts, though. We got a match now between Shotzi versus Aaliyah, which I thought was fucked. Because weren't we promised Lacey Evans versus Aaliyah this week? And I feel really bad for Aaliyah, man. Like, all these, like, the last 3 weeks, she's had no action. Lacey Evans just shitting on her matches, not having matches. I get it, that's the story they're trying to do, but like, isn't there a way of telling that shitty story without shitting on somebody else's career? You know, she's supposed to be a new rising star. It's Aaliyah 317, right? And what do we get from her? Nothing. We get Shotzi just fucking abuse her. Aaliyah was supposed to fight Lacey Evans, like I said, but Lacey apparently is not medically cleared. Women are now locking up. Both ladies out here with some nice wrestling to start it off. Shotzi gets fed up with the wrestling, gets aggressive with some shots, flying ass attack to Aaliyah's back. I don't know what else to call that. Kick out after the cover. Nice right hand to Shotzi from Aaliyah. Now a nice flying clothesline taking down Shotzi. We get the cover and the kick out. And then a Meteora from Aaliyah to Shotzi at ringside. Now Shotzi takes control. Rolls Aaliyah in the ring. Shotzi with the never wake up DDT and picks up the win impressively. It's hard to grade this match. What did you think of the match? Did you watch it, or was this one of those fast forward moments?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't grade it. I mean,
I figured I wasn't missing anything spectacular.
At most, I'll give it 1.5 star because they didn't really make mistakes. But the match had no meaning. It came out of nowhere. I know they have a previous rivalry where like they were locking each other in the locker room and whatever, but that was so long ago. And now they've had Aaliyah pairing up with Lacey Evans. So to go from that to this, to me, it just didn't make sense. It's kind of like, oh, let's just fucking throw it on there because Lacey can't show up tonight or whatever. If it was me, I would have took Aaliyah off the card completely. Like, don't get her involved with Shotzi when you have a whole angle working with Lacey. I don't know. And also, one note I want to make, that Drew and Sheamus match, they might have wanted to save that for tomorrow. Because now that Seth and Riddle ain't fighting, how you feeling that time? I guess we have to wait till tomorrow. I don't know. Back from break, we have another match. But before that, there was a video package of Sonya getting attacked by Ronda. Now we see Liv and Ronda posing for pictures as Natty interrupts, talks her shit. Now Sonya interrupts, says, Ronda, you know, you're supposed to be the baddest woman in the world. Liv Morgan says you're just a sore loser. Apparently, Shotzi was talking shit to Ronda during the package they were showing us. Shotzi goes after Ronda makes her way to the ring. Makes quick work of Shotzi, says, bye, Shotzi. Gets her out of the ring. Now, back in the ring, we see Shotzi about to talk, but instead, you know, like I said, Ronda just came down, beat the shit out of her, and tells Liv, get out here so we can show them why we're fighting for the title and not them. Apparently, Michael Cole, Pat, they were talking about how all the ladies are just jealous of everything that's going on with Liv Morgan being champion and Ronda and all this. We go to break. Back from, we see a match now. It's a women's tag match. It's going to be Ronda and Liv Morgan versus Natty and Sonya Deville. And the match was exactly what you would expect. I gave it a 1-star shit rating. Did you watch this match?
I did.
So, give me your take on this match. Whatever notes you got or whatever thoughts, grade, you know.
I was looking for a blank piece of paper to hold it up and show you this is the notes I have.
Damn, bro.
That's all. I wrote down all the good things about this match. I was going to hold up a blank piece of paper, but I didn't have one handy.
It's alright. So, what did you think of the match, though?
I don't know what I was watching. I can't even grade it.
I thought it was really stupid. Like, the whole thing that Liv was doing. Like, if they were going to do that, they should have took the loss. Like, Liv should have caused them to lose. Then you have Ronda and Liv get into a fight, hyping up the match for tomorrow. Why are you going to have all these shenanigans going on in the ring and then not make it actually have it mean something for tomorrow? Makes no fucking sense. At the end of the day, they still won the match. They held up their hands. They're both still cool, I guess. Mutual respect. But tomorrow they're supposed to kill each other? I don't know. There was a way better way of booking that match. I thought Liv came off looking real fucking stupid in this. Even stupider than she normally does. I don't know. Ronda tagged herself in because, like I said, Liv wouldn't make the tag. Cleans house, destroying Sonya with the Piper's Pit. Hits, Liv comes in, hits the Oblivion on Natty, and Ronda makes Sonya tap out with an ankle lock as the face-off between Ronda and Liv then ends the match. I give it a 2-star shit because, to me, there's 2 stars in the match, and that's pretty much Sonya Deville and Ronda Rousey. I thought they looked excellent.
So you were going to say Liv Morgan and Liv Morgan?
Oh, yeah, Liv and Natty. Natty didn't even look good tonight. It looked like she was... I had this in my notes. I didn't read it, but it was kind of funny. I said, now Natty, with the stomp, to Liv Morgan's uterus. It's, I don't know, probably fucked up to say, but it's true. She was kicking her in the uterus. Back from break now, we have the Street Profits in the ring, and the Usos make their way out. Yeah, it's hard for me to even get excited anymore when I see the Street Profits. I used to be so hyped to see them because I would like to see a Montez promo or maybe a good match. But like we've been seeing them and the Usos in the same ring together for like what feels like an eternity now.
Every freaking week, and then we're getting on Raw a bunch of times too because the no more brand split. Or at least seeing them like interact once in a while. It's like it's too much.
Jeff Jarrett comes out. He's out here. He says, "I'm not here to stand in your way tonight. I'm here to count 1, 2, 3 tomorrow night. So if you guys are feeling froggy, go for it. Get it out of your system." We see the Usos and the Profits beating the shit out of each other, and then we see Jay hit Double J with a super kick, which actually Jay delivered this, and Double J took it really fucking well. I did you see this part?
No.
Oh yeah, fucking Jay Uso super kicked the shit out of Double J right in the face by accident. Like he was going for the Profits, and then the Profits moved out of the way, and Double J just beautifully delivered. I usually hate the super kicks that the Usos do, but this one, because Jay's such a Double J is a pro, bro. What a bump! What a bump! What a sell! I can't wait for his match on Sunday. I actually want to see him in action against Ric Flair and Jay Lethal. That should be fun. You see Uso over there. My bad, Jeff. I'm sorry. Montez ends it by flying over the top ropes, taking out the Usos. And that was the end of this. Did you see the next segment after that?
Which one was it?
The Maxine Dupree.
Yeah.
She comes out. She's talking about how Massey is sporting the SummerSlam shorts with the superb quads that, are just amazing. Massey is money. Then Mansois is styling the Ultra Model SummerSlam tank top, perfectly displaying the awe-inspiring structure. Now we see Max Dupree. And I got hyped for this because I thought he was done, right? Isn't that we've been reading all week that he's done?
It's my moment of the night.
Right? So apparently he probably told them, listen, fuck it. Just let me, please. I'd rather be on TV than off TV because if he's not on this, he's off, right? Until they rework him. So he probably works some magic and said, listen, I'll make it work. Just let me, I don't know. He's there. He says we're still seeking models. And then, of course, Maxine then finishes to titillate the juices of your guilty pleasures. So, good segment. I'm glad that Max Dupree is still there. Because this whole thing is shit without him. He's the one that makes it. I don't care what anybody says. Obviously, Massey and, or Mace and Mansour, they're killing it too. Their expressions tonight, their facials were really good on this whole segment. I was happy with it. Next, we see more shit. I was so tight when I got to this part of the night. I'm thinking we're going to see a good match. It's raid time. It's time for the Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders versus New Day. The new Vicious, they say. The new Vicious Raiders. Here's my notes for the match. You ready? The new Vicious Raiders defeated the New Day. That's my notes for the match, because I don't give a fuck about this. This is so fucking bad. The only thing I will say is I did not see the point in this match. Now that we see the Raiders, they get their shields, they get some chairs, they tie up Wood's ankle in the steel chair and then clobber it with the shields. It looks like the New Day will be taking some time off. So if this segment is leading to never seeing this match again, which I know that's not true, right? It's going to be the revenge match now. Fucking trash. These guys aren't even fighting at SummerSlam, right?
Not that I know of.
Drew McIntyre's not fighting at SummerSlam. Sheamus isn't fighting at SummerSlam. Kevin Owens isn't fighting at SummerSlam. Is he?
Not that I know of. I mean,
Ezekiel? Edge? Right? Nothing. Maybe we see Edge tomorrow.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, these vignettes have been coming for a reason, so I mean, they gotta lead to something. I've been hearing that it's gonna be Edge and Bray Wyatt with a new stable. Have you heard this?
That'd be dope as hell.
Have you heard this nonsense? The only good fucking dirt sheet thing I read from the dirt sheets. That does sound like a good idea. But who would be the leader, though?
Mm.
Who would you put as the leader if that's your booking?
Right.
Bray, right?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think Edge would be a better soldier than a leader under Bray. After this, we know what it is. They tell us at the beginning of the night, Paul Heyman's going to have some time in the ring, and it's the end of the night, and that's what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. 700 days in the modern era. Not for a few years, not for a decade, but not for 35 years. No one has gotten to 700 days as the heavyweight champion. Guess who is going to be the spoiler tomorrow night? Over my damn dead body, says Heyman. For Brock Lesnar, of course. Tomorrow night, Roman Reigns will not pin Brock, not just smash Brock. Tomorrow night, Roman is going to put Brock Lesnar down for 10 seconds, stand over a defeated, humiliated, victimized Brock Lesnar, hold both titles in the air, and be the last man standing. And we will all be done with Brock Lesnar once and for all. Cue Brock Lesnar. Music hits, comes down. Brock steps to Heyman. And then, of course, here comes Theory to try to attack Brock with the briefcase. And now Theory is going to Suplex City. 2 German suplexes, sends Theory reeling. And then we see the Claymore out of nowhere from Drew McIntyre on Theory to end the show. And then we get a small face-off between Drew and Brock, which is kind of nice to see since they have history at WrestleMania. What did you think about the ending to the show?
I thought it was kind of weird. Like, these guys aren't tied to each other at SummerSlam. I mean, like, I guess you're looking to start something afterwards, but to me, like, I'm not looking for that tonight. Tonight, I want all our storylines going into SummerSlam nicely tied up in a bow in a package, and this. I mean, I guess it was for afterwards. I didn't really like it that much.
I thought this was, in my opinion, one of the worst pre-pay-per-view SmackDowns for a big pay-per-view. It's not like this is just for one of the random 8 pay-per-views. This is for one of the marquee pay-per-views. This is your go-home show. Like, Roman should be here. Brock should be here. Theory should be here. Seth Rollins should fucking be here. Dolph Ziggler should be here. All the people that you've been fucking teasing us with, you know, all these variables. They should have done something. And then, of course, the Liv Morgan, Ronda Rousey. Again, shit build up. Is Walter on the card for SummerSlam? Or Gunther? They want to talk to us about how they want to make the Intercontinental Championship prestigious again, yet the Intercontinental Champion is not even on the fucking card for your marquee pay-per-view, right? Meanwhile, 30 years ago, that title was headlining the show, but now it's not even on the show.
It wasn't even on the fucking WrestleMania card either.
Yeah, I know. No, you're absolutely right. A fucking disgrace.
The belt. Ricochet is one of the more fucking entertaining guys in the company. I mean, you want to get, you know, casual wrestling eyes on the product. You put a guy like that at SummerSlam Mania,
where's Ricochet now?
Yeah,
Gunther comes in, buries his ass 2 weeks in a row, and we haven't seen him since. At least I haven't. Maybe he's sitting in the crowd at NXT, waiting for Apollo Crews to fuck up or something. I don't know. I feel bad for that guy. He is a good worker, man, and you know, he's very talented, obviously, athletic, all that. Has the gimmick. I mean, his mic skills could use a little work, but whatever. That kind of guy doesn't need to talk. That's the kind of guy you stick with Paul Heyman. Let Paul do all that guy's fucking talking, or somebody. Or put him in the male models. He's a good-looking guy, right? Let Max Dupree do all his talking.
what would his name be?
To me, that would have made more sense. No, you're going to crush him from Gunther, put him in this whole maximum male models bullshit. Maybe that's actually what they're doing, and they're just waiting to debut the new line.
His name is no longer a Ricochet.
What? Yeah, what's his name?
Rico Suave.
Oh, that's great. Rico Suave. Or just Rico Suave. This is Rico Suave. Oh, man. Imagine we're right about this and next week we just see Rico Suave. That'd be wild.
He's about the size of one of Marseille's legs, right?
Yeah. He'd make a great addition to the Maximum Male Models. Maybe he applied if you went to the website. By the way, you can all go to the website and apply. If you think you have the stuff, put on your finest underwear and take a picture and send it on over. They're probably never going to check it, but you could try. Are you ready for Rampage?
Yep.
What'd you think was better, Rampage or SmackDown?
They're both kind of bad.
Were you... I'm going to just come right out with it, because the only thing I was looking forward to tonight... Can you guess what I was actually excited about tonight?
At WWE or AEW?
No, on AEW, for Rampage.
Uh...
You have to know what it is. Wasn't a match. Max Caster, man. Acclaimed,
yeah, of course. What's wrong with me?
acclaimed music video, right? So I was so hyped for this. I really was, because, you know, obviously we just met him. Really chill dude. Did a video for us free of fucking charge. So I was hyped to watch this, but man, I was just so disappointed in the.
I loved it.
No, not in the song or anything, or not in the performance. Just the production quality. You know, you would think AEW has all this fucking money.
Yeah, but no.
You know what I mean? Just throw a little money at it, bro. It looked like it was shot with a camera phone.
No, I think it was meant to look like it was. I think it was meant to look like it was like that. You know what I mean?
No, it was good. It was good, man. I got some of the lyrics, which we'll get into in a moment, but we get the opening contest. It's a trios match. I'm sorry, a 3-on-3 match, right? Santam Singh versus Sanjay Dutt and Jay Lethal versus Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, and Orange Cassidy. And now, every time we see one of these trios matches, at least there's some kind of meaning behind it, because they're going to have the trios titles. So now I'm not so opposed to these trio matches anymore, just because there's that element of, hey, there's a build for it now. Jericho hates Orange Cassidy. He still hates him, says he hates him. AEW World Trio title decided at All Out, September 4th. Moxley versus Jericho 2, Quake at the Lake, is going to be August 10th, they say. And basically, Jay Lethal, Trent Beretta start us off with a lock-up. Trent going for the early pin. Now Jay with a roll-up kick out. Sweep by Lethal, sweep by Trent, and a stalemate. Now attack to Orange Cassidy, who matches up with Jay Lethal. Hands in the pockets, fans loving it, chanting freshly squeezed. Now Orange calls out Santam Singh, 7'4", 1 in a billion Santam Singh. Orange now flexing, and Jay Lethal tags in Sanjay Dutt, who takes off his jacket, his belt, his shirt, and hands it to the referee. Orange then places his glasses on the referee, right in his face. Jericho says he looks like a stupid idiot, and he calls him a loser and says he's never been cool his whole life. Then Dutt tags in Singh, and Cassidy goes flying off his body. Now Orange manhandled in the corner, chopped from Jay Lethal. Now Beretta and Taylor trying to attack Singh. Instead, we see Singh with a double crossbody, taking them both out. Now Jay Lethal stomping on Orange in the corner as we go to break. Back from break, we see Chuck and Trent with a double drop kick to Singha. Now Jay Lethal with a double lethal injection. Now Cassidy hits the tornado DDT on Jay Lethal, and Sanjay in with a pencil and no shirt. And now Mox Orange with his lazy kicks. Orange then snaps the pencil and hits him with orange punts and picks up the win, because Santam Singh is way too fucking slow. It takes 6 hours to get back into the ring. Comes in eventually, grabs Orange by the throat. This is broken up by Trent. He's hit by the big shoulder block from Singh, which it's hard for that not to look good because of how big he is. Now Jay Lethal with the lethal injection on Orange Cassidy. Raining down right hands on Orange. Here comes Wardlow. This was kind of surprising. To stand up to all three of them, no fear by Wardlow. Did you like the match, and what are you grading it? I wasn't a huge fan of it. I didn't give it a...
I'm sorry. You're getting the same answer from me every time. I kind of like take a deep breath, and it's like...
It wasn't good, man. I mean, it is what it was. Like one of those gimmick matches. Again, look how it started off with the bullshit. And then even Dutt has to come in and mock Orange Cassidy, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll do your spot. You just stand there and watch." I don't know.
Please don't let this lead to a match with fucking Wardlow and that stiff monster.
Maybe Jay Lethal's going after the TNT title. That's what it looks like to me, right? Because who's the main star of that attraction?
That's fine, but I feel like Tony's really got like the heavy temptation to put that guy in the ring, so I don't know.
I don't know either, man. Now we got a match. And this match was at least quick, if anything. I feel bad for Leon Ruffin, man. And Ethan Page versus Leon Ruffin. Ethan, on camera, physically says it. You can read it in his lips. I hate this place. Says, I hate this place. Talking about AEW. JR says, then don't cash your check anymore, you know? He's beating the shit out of Leon Ruffin. Everything he's doing to this boy is super fucking stiff, super fucking hard. Hits him with a nasty super razor's edge. And JR even said from top to bottom, there might not be anybody better than Ethan Page in AEW, which is a high compliment from JR. And then Stokely was watching and nodding in approval, so apparently Stokely wants to recruit this fucking guy too. What'd you think of the match? It's a 1-star squash. I didn't really...
Yep, same.
Wasn't impressed. I felt bad for Leon, if anything. And Ethan, just his booking, they stick him on the side of Scorpio Sky. You know, that whole storyline was all about Scorpio. Had nothing to do with Ethan ever. It's just Scorpio and friends.
100%.
And Ethan happened to be one of the friends. And now Ethan's just going from that to just Rampage only. He's not even on Dynamite anymore. Yeah. The other guy, where's the other guy? The UFC guy. What's his name? Dan Lambert? We haven't seen him either, right? Is he gone? Is he done?
He was here a couple of weeks ago.
It was a couple of weeks, right? I mean, I don't remember seeing him after Scorpio Sky lost. You know, since that night. I think
I saw him. He was out there one time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, maybe you're right, actually. Maybe it was that one.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but I just feel like I haven't seen that guy since Scorpio Sky lost the belt because he got embarrassed. He had his 15 fighters with him from American Top Team. You know, Wardlow just shitted on all of them, but apparently Orange Cassidy is as strong as 15 security guards. So, you know, whatever. Now we get an interview from a new and improved Cole Carter. Gets an offer to join the factory. Tells him, why don't you sleep on it, but in your own bed, not with the fishes.
It's 2 dimes, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just a nice little fucking rib to him right there on Rampage. Not bad. Then we got a match, which I thought this actually match was the match of the night until the bullshit happened. Stupid Stokely had to ruin this fucking match. Because the match was great. They were killing it. They were doing spots that I've never seen before. Unique shit going on. Lee was mocking Matt with a peace sign. Jericho says he wants war. Forget peace. Screaming he wants war. He got JR hyped to it sounded like he got out of the chair and says, hell, I want a war too. He was getting all excited, man. Lee takes control quick with a kick to the face. Nice suplex. Now Lee with arm breaker. Matt counters. Nice knee to the face. Standing backflip lands on his feet. Hits a nasty I don't know what else to call this except the Jean-Claude Van Damme kick as we go to break. These guys are tearing it up during the break. 6 spots for both men. Now back from break, Lee goes for a kick countered by Matt and connected. Now Lee dodges an attack from Matt and turns Matt inside out with a lariat. Matt with a question mark kick. I guess that's what they called it, the question mark kick, where he does like a fake kick with I think he goes for like a fake kick to the bottom, but then does a high kick. This is actually a really nice looking spot. It looks like something out of a video game, something like from Street Fighter or something. Jericho says, what the hell is he trying to recruit the entire roster? Talking about Stokely. Now Matt Sydal on the top rope, and Lee meets him up on top, goes for a superplex. Matt fights Lee off. Now Stokely tries to interfere. We see Matt slap Stokely in his bald head like 4 times. That was funny. And then Lee takes advantage, making Matt crash down, and now a face-busting drop cover kick. Lee with big shots to the back, almost like Hammer and Anvil shots, but a little modified. And then he locks in the crossface to make Matt Sydal tap out. 2.5 star. It got ruined for me when Stokely interfered. What did you think of this match?
Same. I thought it had a chance, but I kind of knew the whole way how it was going to end. And it was annoying.
It's hard to not know how it's going to end when you see that fucking guy out there. Stokely hands a card to Lee, who actually grabs it after the match. They boo him a little bit. The few people that were left in the arena, because I heard that for this Rampage taping, half the arena was out after Dynamite. I don't know if you read that.
I didn't read that, but I mean, I see it.
I've seen it once or twice too, but you know, now I'm actually hearing it like that. It was empty. Promo from Dr. Britt Baker talking about Thunderstorm. Let's break it down. Your title reign is coming to an end, Thunder. But what impresses me is how smart you are. Smart enough to keep the most dangerous threat to your title, Tony Storm, next to you. Okay, not bad. Dr. Britt's always good on the mic. Good, methodical, psychological kind of promo. I liked it. And then we get an interview with Claudio, Tony Schiavone, and William Regal all in the ring. You deserve a chance. How does it feel to be world champion? Claudio thanks the fans. Wasn't sure if I was going to make it, but, you know, because you're always here for me, I made it. It's an honor to stand in front of you as the Ring of Honor World Champion. I promise this is just the beginning. Please welcome fellow Blackpool Combat member Yuta Wheeler, who comes down. Yuta can't even talk before Jericho has to interrupt. Says, you guys expect me to sit at this desk while all of you chant Yuta, 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 and then you're going to chant you deserve it to Claudio? You know what you deserve, Claudio? My boot straight up your ass. I said it before and I'll say it again. Sports entertainers beat wrestlers every time. Yuta tells him to shut up. Except for Saturday when I beat your boy Daniel Garcia. I'm pretty sure I can beat you too, Chris, says Yuta. Jericho says, you think you can beat the great Chris Jericho? Yuta says, yeah, I can beat you. Jericho says, you can't beat me ever. Chris, you sound a little scared, a little nervous. Claudio, can I beat him? Oh, yeah. Mr. Regal, can I beat him? Definitely. Wheeler, Yuta, Wheeler. He says he can beat Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho says, shut your mouth. He can't beat me. He can't. They were going back and forth, trying to start their own little chants. Says, you want your chance? Jericho versus Yuta this Wednesday in Dynamite. You can never beat me. I'm so sure that you can't beat me. I'm the wizard. I'll put my title match versus Jon Moxley up for grabs if you can beat me, and you can have the title shot. This is actually kind of interesting. Do you think there's a shot in the world of him winning against Jericho?
I do.
Okay. Tell me about
it. I think there's a shot. I'm trying to play this out to see where it leads to, and I'm not sure. A lot of this stuff has kind of been all over the place lately, but I do think there's a shot he beats Jericho. Why, you don't think so? No shot?
No. Not a shot in the universe. Only reason I say that is because they've been kind of heavily promoting this Moxley-Jericho match. Like from last week on the internet, Twitter, Instagram, photos. The quake at the lake. They keep calling the quake at the lake. It just sounds too cool to be fucked with. Plus, Jericho's got a lot of shitty people by his side to make sure that he doesn't lose this opportunity.
Yeah, he'll probably win with
Semi or Hager. I mean, it's kind of evident. We just saw Hager, cause the great Bryan Danielson to lose the main event of Dynamite last week. So it's not hard for me to believe that happening again for Jericho. And then happening again the week after to ensure that Le Champion is coming back. Or Lionheart. I guess whoever shows up.
Lionheart, yep.
Maybe the Paymaker will show up the week after. I don't know. Jericho's lost his fucking mind. At this point, he might as well just combine all 5 gimmicks into one outfit. Come out shooting fireballs in one hand, champagne in the other, half Painmaker, half Lionheart. Just some crazy shit. Maybe even the jacket could be half spikes and then the other half lights up like his old jacket. He should put his entire career into one fucking ginormous costume. He comes out looking like some kind of mech or some crazy shit. I don't know. I'd be down with it. I guess we'll have to find out about that match. We get the world premiere of the Acclaimed music video right now. A couple of lyrics that I wrote down, not much. Trash Day, leave you with a sad... Trash Day will leave you with a sad face. Taking out the ass boys. Oh, you didn't know? It's Trash Day. Billy, I'm gonna smoke your son. You should have shot blanks from your gun. 2 words for you. Trash Day. Gun Club versus the Acclaimed on Dynamite. So what does this mean? Gun Club versus the Acclaimed. So it's a 3-on-2 that we're getting on Dynamite, or is it just the boys versus the boys?
Yeah, I just think it's the boys versus the boys. If I had to guess.
Okay. I don't know. What do you see happening from this? Do you see one of these teams coming on top looking better than when they went in? Or do we see them dragging this out for a few months and they're just going to keep, I don't know.
I think the point of it was to make the Acclaim better, like you said, afterwards than they were before. I just don't think this is... I happen to overall I like this. I just don't know. I know the Acclaim's got steps to take, and Caster's got some steps to take before we get there, some serious competition. But I want after this, I want the Acclaim kind of elevated out of Gun Club booking territory, if you know what I'm saying.
The only way you do that is by putting them in matches with certified teams. Here's a couple of matches I want to see in the next year. I want to see the Acclaimed against FTR. Just an exhibition match. Doesn't have to be a championship match. I want to see them get that experience, man. Because I think that could do a lot for them. Having a match with a team of that caliber. I'm not even just a match. I want to see them work a program with them. Even if it's whatever, just shit talking. And even if the FTR is going to go over on them. Just for them to get that experience. I want to see the Acclaimed versus the Young Bucks.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
I feel like that is a money storyline. Maybe they're saving that, though, for when there's actually a title involved. Because I know the Bucks are going to be champions again, obviously. When this is all said and done, the Young Bucks are going to be 10-time AEW Tag Team Champions. They're not going anywhere, man. They're going to do some Dudley Boy shit. So who are you predicting for for Wednesday to win that match? Is it going to be a clean win for one of the teams? A DQ? A cheating? Billy Gunn gets involved? Or is that Claim just coming out straight dominant? Taking out the trash?
Prediction, what I want is I want it to come out with a clean win. What I have a feeling is going to happen is it's not going to be a clean finish. One way or the other, and we'll just see more of it as we go on.
That's what I think. I think Billy Gunn's going to get involved, and this is just going to be a storyline that's going to go all the way out to maybe the pay-per-view, something like that. We'll see what happens. Or maybe actually earlier, because the Ass Boys can be one of the trio teams in the tournament too, because they got 3. Maybe the Acclaim needs a new member. By the way, did you notice any of the guys in the Acclaimed video, or nah? Have you ever seen those guys before?
Did you?
I was looking at their faces, but I think those guys are local wrestlers from Massachusetts, considering they were in Massachusetts for Dynamite. And I'm pretty sure they shot that shit on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, I was eyeballing the guys too. I don't think so.
Probably, I bet you they're friends with those guys, obviously, from local wrestling school in Massachusetts or something like that. But it was good. Can't complain. Now it's main event time with Mark Henry. No one wants to hear from Ruby. I'm the star. Ruby says you're an entitled little shit who thinks she knows everything, talking about Anna Jay. Ruby says, Ruby, you don't know me. I learned the dark side from Brody Lee, which I was like, damn, she's dropping Brody's fucking name in this shit. She's trying to get all the shine she can get. Jericho shine in enough. She's trying to take Brody's shine. I learned the dark side from Brody Lee, which I thought that was a strong line. When she said that line, I was like, she's not losing this match tonight. If she's pulling out lines like that. That's a tough line. The dark side from Brody Lee, and now I'm learning the dark side from Jericho. Mark Henry, it's time for the main event. They let us know about some matches for Dynamite, some segments coming up. You're going to see Powerhouse Hobbs in action on Wednesday. You're going to see Jay Lethal versus Orange Cassidy. You're going to see Thunderstorm versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. You're going to see Matt Hardy versus Christian Cage. Chris Jericho versus Yuta Wheeler. And they also let us know that Rampage is live next week at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then August 6th, Saturday Fight Night. I think it's a exclusive show for TNT, maybe, or TBS. This is going to be a fight anyway. Claudio versus Takeshita, which that should actually be a good matchup, so that sounds good. Now we get the main event, Ruby Soho versus Anna Jay. This was, to me, the match of the night. They absolutely killed it. They did really good. Chris Jericho says Anna Jay is the sports entertainer of the week. Ruby has the brace on her arm, thanks to Ty Conte slamming her hand in the car door. And Jericho says, wizards don't get tricked. I should throw a fireball in your face, Tony Schiavone. Jericho was fantastic on commentary all night long. Anna in control, going for the elbow. Ruby with a crucifix cover, kick out. Now Ruby with a knee to the face. Going for the attack in the corner. Anna dodges. We get an elbow from Ruby, kick to the hand from Anna Jay. And now a roll and a kick to the head as we go to break. You can say she's got a new signature move. I really like that roll and then kick to the head. And then, back from break, we just see Anna Jay just continuing the abuse. Fantastic finish. She was trying to get the Queen Slayer submission locked in to fuck Ruby Soho up. She couldn't get it, but eventually she cheats, and I guess the ref didn't see it. She used the arm brace that Ruby had on to help choke her out. The match was actually good, man. There was no mistakes. I'm giving it a 3. Nothing crazy. But it was better than the other match because at least there wasn't really any interference. There was a little cheating, but it made Anna Jay look good. This match, if anything, made Anna Jay look like a serious female competitor who could go toe-to-toe with Ruby Soho or anybody they throw at her. So I liked it. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was good. 3 is fair. No major botches. They moved pretty well. But also nothing that blew me away, to be honest.
Nothing. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
I think back now and I'm like, oh, what was the best spot? At least what was the best exchange? And I'm like,
I mean, honestly, if this was the last match of the night at a show that I paid to go see, I'd probably be pissed too. It is what it is. But not too bad. I was kind of disappointed with SmackDown, though, man. To be honest, I really was. I was expecting much more from SmackDown. I feel like, obviously I'm still excited about the pay-per-view tomorrow because I just want to be proven correct more than anything. But we also both have the chance to be severely disappointed tomorrow, which WWE has done more than any other entity on this planet. If you're like me and you're a lifelong fan, then WWF, WWE, they have disappointed you on many occasions. Week after week, year after year. My most recent disappointment was probably Nakamura winning the Royal Rumble and not getting the world title shot at Mania. Like, I thought that was just a major... Like, that really hurt me because I was a big Shinsuke guy, and after that left a sour taste in my mouth, man. What is your biggest regret from WWE over the last 5 years? Like something that you could take back? If you want to even say AJ not winning the Rumble, I'm okay with that. I know that was 2016, but I'm sure that stung.
that was one of them. I remember him not winning that Rumble. That was brutal. What else? Let's see. I'm on board with you with Theory, so I'm okay. I don't really consider it, but at the time, I think both of us were really into the whole get Seth this last push here for him.
Yeah.
So that not happening is a little disappointing. Like you said, maybe it eventually comes full circle with him and Cody with the world title belt in the picture. So maybe it does.
I was super disappointed with the changing of the main event at Mania when it was supposed to be just Edge and Reigns, and then they added Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And
then the way he finished at the end, just the double pin, the double cover. I thought Edge deserved better than that. Maybe even to win over Reigns at Mania and let Edge have his main event WrestleMania fucking defining moment, and then you build up a great feud between. I mean, look at the feud that Edge and Cena had, right? They could have did the same thing with Edge and Roman, a nice 1-year program going back and forth, exchanging titles, mind games, screw jobs, this, that, the other, and then maybe Roman becomes so strong from this. That's when Edge snaps and has to create the Judgment Day to even compete with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. And you would have the Judgment Day versus the Bloodline right now. This all could have played out way better. I don't know what Vince was thinking.
I know another one.
I don't know.
I know another one that I think about. Taking the guy who is the fan favorite, ultimate career workhorse, never held a title. Well, never held a singles title. You could have made his world title build up and his run lasting from the beginning of 1 year till next year's WrestleMania. Instead, Vince gets nervous because AEW, I think one Friday night they beat SmackDown, one Friday night, and tells Big E, hey, go on Twitter and announce that you're cashing in your Money in the Bank fucking contract tonight, and he wins the next week. No storyline, no build up,
No, nothing. A lot of us were hoping maybe it'd be him and Roman Mania, like that would like build up to that, and it was nothing. It was a cash in. He won, and then he lost the title. What was it? A couple weeks, I think.
Yeah, no. Honestly, that was a disappointment to me. But with the way modern WWE has been run, like it wasn't shocking to me because they've done so many shitty things in the last couple of years. Like it's become like the norm.
Mm-hmm.
But just compare the treatment that Theory's getting compared to the treatment Big E got, briefcase-wise. Like, you know, they're making Theory's briefcase a bigger deal. I mean, like, if you compare anybody else's briefcase victory, and then, like, the first couple of weeks that they had with the briefcase on, like, let's say Raw, Smackdown, or whatever, you know, that first month storyline, who's had a bigger fucking time slot than Theory? In the history of the briefcase. This guy's involved in multiple segments on Mondays and Fridays. Maybe Edge. Maybe.
Want to see who the winners were.
We've had plenty. We've had John Cena win it. We've had fucking Edge win it. We've had Miz win it. We've had Rob Van Dam was a winner one year. There's been a lot of winners.
Yeah.
A lot of winners. But I don't remember anybody ever getting this kind of storyline push.
No.
With the briefcase. I mean, you know who actually had one of the best storylines for that briefcase and it went nowhere? Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow. Remember when he threw the briefcase in the water?
Yep.
What a fucking night that was. Like, I thought they were creating magic right there. That's how I felt about it. I was like, oh, man. Like, that promo brought me back to, like, the old days of, like, the, you know, early 90s, late 80s seriousness. It even brought me back to Stone Cold and The Rock, you know, when Rock threw that fucking smoking skull belt over the bridge in the river. It was just nice, man, and nothing came from it, bro. Both guys ended up leaving the company. I don't even remember what Cody Rhodes did with his briefcase. He sure as shit didn't cash it in.
We know that.
Or was it Sandow's briefcase? I can't remember anymore.
Yeah.
Sandow won the Money in the Bank? That's crazy.
No way.
No, Cody. It had to be Cody, right? Who? Oh, my God. I don't remember, but maybe it was Cody. I can't remember. I think I remember Cody, the one throwing the briefcase. I don't know why. I don't know why I remember that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was Sandow. But that segment was money, man, and nothing came from it. No big match came from it. No championship reign came from it. Neither of those guys became world champions, so I don't care. It doesn't matter who had the briefcase.
Oh, Sandow won.
Sandow won the Money in the Bank, right?
2013.
2013. Wow.
Cody's fingertips were away from grabbing the briefcase when Sandow, his former tag team partner, charged up the ladder, knocked him off to the mat.
Yo, that was like the best storyline they had that year. And then okay, so Sandow got the briefcase and then he cashed in and lost, right? Like I would love to know who he cashed it in on. I can't even remember. Or maybe he lost the briefcase in a bet or some dumb shit. I'm sure they did something ridiculously stupid.
Damian Sandow cashes in his Money in the Bank contract on John Cena.
On John's, and he lost, of course. Oh my God. Could you imagine if Sandow would have won that? How does that change WWE today if Sandow would have won that title? Does it change anything, or he's still gone and fired?
No. Oh, that was the belt. That was the Money in the Bank that looked like it was leather, like the brown leather color, and it looked like leather material and everything.
Yeah. Damn, man. Good memories, though. I enjoyed their little run, whatever it was. Yep. But at least Cody's back. But that's why it makes it interesting now. If Cody's back, do you think there's a chance that Damian Sandow ever comes back? Because he's never been bad on the mic. He's always been money on the mic.
Yeah, I mean, listen, anything's possible right now with Vince out.
Have you seen any of his promos on NWA?
Whose?
Sandow.
I haven't.
Alright, before you go to bed tonight, just check out a couple of Sandow promos from NWA. He comes out now wearing like mascara on his eyes. He has like a, psycho gimmick or whatever. He just comes out and yells. He's still not bad. He looks even bigger than he used to. He looks like he's
always
jacked.
liked him. I was always big fans of him and Elias. I was always big fans.
I loved it when he first came out and he had, Lenny Poffo's gimmick. I forgot what his character was. The guy that just come out with say like the riddles and the puzzles and the smart.
Yeah.
I forgot his fucking name, but he was cool. I can't believe we were even talking about Damon Sandow this long. You have anything else you want to touch on, man? Anything else happened today that I didn't hear about World of Wrestling?
Yeah, come for tomorrow.
You're watching SummerSlam tomorrow?
We are going to Pennsylvania for the weekend.
Oh, nice.
For a family party on Sunday, so we're going up a day early on Saturday and sleeping over. So I already told my daughters, hey, want to watch wrestling with Daddy on Saturday? So we'll be in the hotel room. I'll hook that thing up to the TV. Watch SummerSlam until she falls asleep. Nice.
Just don't wake them up when Theory cashes in.
I know.
And plus, don't get too over. Just because he cashes in, don't get excited yet. Don't start smiling till he's holding up titles, man.
I told you it wouldn't shock me. Like you said, WWE does it to us all the time. When you least expect it, they throw a thing at you, and you're like, how the fuck did he do that? If he cashes in and loses, I would be super surprised, right? Almost shocked, but it's definitely not something I would say go bet the house on, because you never fucking know.
Well, the shit works both ways. Like, him not winning disappoints us, but guess what? Him winning disappoints about 90% of the rest of the fans.
Exactly.
So like we said, sometimes they love disappointing the masses, and I feel like this is one of those moments where they're dead set on turning this guy into a super heel, and there's no way better than creating a super heel than letting him have a major, super memorable moment at a marquee show, because this is a way that you can elevate SummerSlam as well. Because if Theory is your future, right, the next 10, 20 years when he's cutting promos, he can always go back to that SummerSlam where he made his legacy, where he started his legacy as the youngest undisputed Universal Champion, the youngest you know what I mean? Like, this will help him so hardcore in the next 10, 20 years storyline wise if they pull the trigger, which I'm praying that they do. I think it's time, man. We've seen enough of the bloodline. There's no more storylines. Like, if even Roman does win, where does he go from here, bro? There's nobody. Well, Drew McIntyre?
Hold the title till Cody comes back. That's it.
Yeah, it's. I feel like this Theory thing, it gives everybody a break. Roman can go.
Just call up Tony D and give him his title run already.
If anything, you know what they should do? The match should end at like 12:01 midnight. So this way, Reigns is still champion for 700 days, because it went into the next day. He gets his 700 days, and that's it. It's a wrap. Wouldn't be surprised if they do something like that, because this is gonna maybe be a long show.
And then Braun Breaker comes out.
Oh no. Maybe. With Triple H back, yeah, we might see a bunch of call-ups, man.
Man, think about it now, right? This would have been Adam Cole's WWE World Title run. This would have been it, And it was 1,000% without question the right move at the time for him. But you look back and you're like, man, if I fucking knew Trips would be back there with all this power, wow.
Yeah, man. You want to do some predictions real quick before we end this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. Undisputed. Let's start at the top. Fuck it. Undisputed Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Let's say there's no Theory. Who's winning this match?
Roman's winning. Roman's winning the match. Like, he's beating Brock.
Okay. SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey.
Man, I don't think Ronda would have agreed to come back and just continue to fucking job to this girl. I really don't, right? Like, I was gonna say, I think Liv's gonna win, but Ronda's not here to put people over and make people look good. So I'm gonna go Ronda.
I would love to see Ronda retain, but I feel like Natty's gonna get involved in this match. I don't know why. I just think she hates Ronda storyline wise. But yeah, I'm gonna fuck it. Just because I want it to happen, I'm gonna say Ronda. Ronda's gonna win. I want Ronda to win. Let's go Ronda. Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. I'm gonna pick my pick first. I want Happy Corbin to win this match.
I think Corbin is gonna win this match.
Awesome.
I think if you take a step back and you look at it, this is something they're gonna continue the storyline. They're gonna build this thing.
They can fight again at Mania, Survivor
Exactly.
Series, whatever.
Yep. Corbin's one of like the top guys in the locker room that everyone trusts, everyone goes to. He's a captain back there. So the fact that he's out there, he wants to work this program with Pat and everything else, just tells you what they think of McAfee. And
there's only one problem with this.
Go ahead.
Pat Corbin has not won a pay-per-view match since December 2019.
Oh wow.
That's why I'm thinking he has to win, man.
Listen, it wouldn't shock me if McAfee comes out, he looks phenomenal again, and they just book him for the win. Would it shock me? No, it wouldn't shock me. It would surprise me because I think again I would love him to work a whole spat with Corbin. I mean, I think like that's the guy. Like he'll teach you everything you need to know. And I mean, because he looks so good at Mania. So just hope it continues.
You know how I would book this match? I would book the match to be an excellent match going back and forth for about 20 minutes. And then 10 minutes of Corbin just absolutely annihilating, destroying, and injuring Pat McAfee to the point where he can't even do his Smackdown commentary for a month. And then Corbin joins commentary with Cole for a month. And just sits there and mocks Pat for like the whole month, and then eventually we get the payback. Pat comes back all healthy and just beats the shit, and then there's another match at the next pay-per-view. I love it.
I like
that. That's how I'd book it, man. I think
that sounds
great. Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship: The Usos versus the Street Profits with special guest referee Jeff Jarrett.
I gotta stick with my original prediction that the bloodline gets torn down in one night. So the fact that I think Roman's gonna lose the belt in a cash-in, I'm gonna stick with that and say the Street Profits take down the titles.
I'll tell you this: if the Usos retain, I feel like Roman's retaining.
That's the tell-all. I can't see one and not the other.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You gotta put that match, I guess, right before. I guess that'll be the second. You know, that'll be no. Or would that be before the women's matches? Right?
Nah, I bet you that's gonna be like in the middle somewhere.
Really.
The real question is, I bet you the opening match is gonna be Lashley versus Theory.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Get Theory out of the way early. And who do you have coming on top of that one? You see Theory winning?
No.
So there, Bobby Lashley's retaining?
I do, yeah.
Okay. So they're just going to keep shitting on him all the way till the end of the night and then have his moment. Okay. I like it. Logan Paul versus The Miz. I'm actually excited about this match.
Me too.
We get two non-wrestlers wrestling on a marquee show. I'm not saying McAfee's not a wrestler, but you know, he's a football player. He's a punter. Logan Paul is not a wrestler. He's a fucking YouTube superstar. And they're both getting marquee matches on a show at Mania. I'm sure that's bothering a lot of people that aren't on the card. Like, hardcore. But
I get it. I get why it would, but...
Oh, yeah, well, listen, they're going to take it personally, but...
You gotta just... If the most narrow-minded person, you just have to understand the amount of viewers that this guy brings, the amount of viewers that he has. If he brings 0.00.1%, it's stupid numbers. I mean, that's why he's there.
Yeah.
And hey, at least it's like, oh, he's there for that, but he's Shaq.
It's the classic line.
He's
best
there
for
for
business.
that, but he looked good in the ring. So let's see it, you know? So
as Vince and Trump and many other people would say, it's best for business. And that's the end of it. Mysterios versus the Judgment Day, no DQ match. Who do you got?
So I'm gonna talk about this as far as like I feel like the vignettes. I think they're just Edge. So
Probably, yeah.
Right, they would be leading up to now. I don't think they have these vignettes into SummerSlam and keep going. So I think the finish. I don't know what's gonna happen with.
We didn't see a vignette tonight either.
No, I wouldn't be shocked if the lights go out and you see the Brood entrance. Like I'm excited something crazy could happen there, which means that absolutely nothing will probably happen. It will be a terrible match, and so I think there's gonna be some kind of like dusty finish. I don't know. DQ. I'll say DQ. We're gonna end this thing in a DQ.
Well, there's no DQs.
There is no DQs. All right, so
It's a no DQ match. I mean, under normal circumstances, I would say the Judgment Day would have to be the winners here. But because of the whole vignettes, and like you've been saying, I'm going to say the Mysterios are going to win, and Edge is going to return to make sure that happens.
Yes, I'm going to agree with you 100% on that now.
Now, if Riddle and Seth Rollins were fighting, which, by the way, maybe they still fucking are, they're just fucking with us. Because how do you build up a guy? You tell everybody he's injured and then he still comes out and fights. Oh, he's so tough. But let's say nobody was injured. Who do you got? Seth and Riddle. I know who you got. I mean, I don't know what I'm asking. And where would this even go on the card? Would you put this at the beginning, the end, right before the main event?
I don't think Seth will be winning this.
Oh, shit. Damn, taking another L?
Yeah.
Poor Seth.
I think Riddle's got to have some more moments, and soon. He's fading for me. He really is.
Fuck Riddle, man. I'm sick of his RKO vintage Jordan DDT bullshit. He needs to go away and come back as himself. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, and I think Seth could be the guy that does that. Just stomp the fucking Randy right out of him.
Yeah, if they do fight, if this was like a work and you're building the guy up, I guess he'd have to win if he's coming in injured. Yeah. So if this fight happens and they do build it like, oh, he was hurt, but he's really not, then I'd say Riddle would win if they do fight.
Okay. Well, if they were fighting, I'd still say Seth is winning this because I called it a while ago. After all his losses to Cody, I just feel like Seth isn't losing another match until it's to Cody Rhodes for a title. Or something like that.
I hope so.
I respect the guy, man. He's the best guy they have right now, in my opinion. Pound for pound, he's the best wrestler in the WWE today. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, whenever he wants, he can turn it on and just, like, blow anybody's match out the water. All right? Just his match with Ezekiel, like, a few weeks ago, that was, like, better than almost anything I've seen on WWE, like, in a while.
You know who I want to... Random thought, who I want to know, like, where the hell he is?
Who?
Bobby Roode.
Oh, Dirty Dog? Oh, man. He's home. I don't know.
How do you leave these guys sitting home? I mean, even, Jiggler until last week, until, this started. It's like, how do you just not... I don't get it. Like, this guy, like, he moves in the ring, he looks well, the entrance. This is a guy, like, you put a title on. Like, I don't...
What if that's leading to this, though? What if, for example, Theory cashes in tonight, wins, and then in 2 months, Dolph Ziggler beats him for the title, right? And now Dolph is your fucking champion, right? Rude comes back, Dirty Dog, confronts Ziggler, takes the title from him, and then maybe Rollins takes it from him.
Telling me Robin Roode and Dolph Ziggler are gonna work a package together, dude. I'd be like, I wouldn't know like what to do with myself. Like, I'd be so excited. Like, I'd be actually excited.
I wonder what the odds on that would be if you had to bet with Vegas. Be like, yeah, I want to make a 3-leg parlay. All right, Dolph Ziggler is gonna be a champion. Robert Roode's gonna be champion, and then Seth Rollins is gonna be champion.
You're like 10,000 to 1 on that parlay.
Probably more. Probably like 36 million to 1. But that would be cool. I don't think that's gonna happen though. But Robert Roode is probably at home watching wrestling. Maybe, I don't know.
Give me a guy in WWE that you think now has a chance to get pushed now that the forces that be ahead.
Johnny Gargano. Gargano, Ciampa, Finn Balor.
Johnny's the guy, right? Who else is there that's been released over there that hasn't signed yet? I mean, Gargano would be like the number one guy.
No, I think Johnny's number one, yeah. I mean, there might be people from fucking AEW available in another year or two, but not right now.
I think Bray is definitely more likely to go back there if he wants to wrestle when he's ready to wrestle again.
I don't know what Triple H and Bray's relationship is like. I'm sure they're close.
Yeah, I'm assuming so, but
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what he's. I know Triple H is a big fan of the women's wrestling too, so there's gonna be some chicks getting pushed hardcore. I could see Bayley getting pushed to the moon when she comes back. He's a big Bayley fan. He loves Bayley, and I can also see Sasha getting re-signed.
Yes, yeah, that I could say. You've got like my mind blown right now because he slipped my mind that he's still out there and not signed.
Oh, Johnny Gargano, right?
Yeah. Like,
he's just trolling people. I think he's gonna show up at AEW one week and he's just chilling because he just had his son, right? He just had his boy, so he's just enjoying father time right now, man. I don't blame him, man. I bet you they're calling him up or texting him or emailing him like, "Here's a new contract," and maybe he's waiting for more money.
Karrion Kross. Another guy.
Yeah, I could see Trips bringing him back. But you know who else I could see getting pushed through the roof too? within a year, LA Knight, when he gets away from this maximum model thing. Because Triple H loved him in NXT.
Yeah.
One guy I feel like they shouldn't have let go through the cracks, though. I feel like WWE fucked up letting Samoa Joe go.
Yeah.
They should have kept him on board, whether it was wrestling or on commentary. And even wrestling, he deserved the world title run. You don't book him in a match with Brock Lesnar to look that goddamn impressive and then not make him a champion. Like, the guy went toe-to-toe with Brock, showed no fucking fear, willing to get in his face, willing to take all the fucking suplexes, the bumps, the shots, the this, to that. He's a badass. And you let a badass walk out the door, but probably because he's injury fucking prone.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. AJ, maybe. One more push. I think Trips likes AJ.
Yeah. I'm thinking like a guy that hasn't been pushed, you know? Fuck, Gargano's the guy, bro. Man,
Ezekiel, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because he's an original NXT, the Drifter. But and not Ezekiel. Maybe Triple H will bring Elias back.
Elias back, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else like similar to like Gargano and Cross, like big time NXT guys in that era, but haven't really won anywhere.
I'm sure there's a couple. They better do something with Roderick Strong. That's a guy that I'd bring up to the main roster. I feel like the main roster needs tag teams right now, big time. We need like at least one or two more solid tag teams, and NXT has 2 tag teams who could be ready to go. Diamond Mine, Julius, and the other guy. I can't remember his name right now. Fucking big dude. Brutus, yeah, Julius and Brutus Creed. And then bring Roderick up. You got a whole new faction there. You got Roderick, you got Diamond Mine, you got a tag team, you got a new woman. You can bring Ivy up too. They're all ready over there. And then Legado, the guys that run with Santos Escobar. I feel like Santos and Legado, they're ready for Raw. There's one team on Raw that I would push too. The Los Lotharios. I love Humberto and Angel Garza, bro. They're fucking so good. And, you know, you had something going with their little kiss cam bullshit you were doing, but, you know, like, they just give up on a lot of these guys, man. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Who's one wrestler that you would bring back right now who's not working?
Johnny. 1,000%. It's not even close.
Who, Johnny?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I meant like old-timer, maybe. Not even an old-timer, just like another active wrestler. Not NXT. Former WWE guy. You know who I'd bring back? He likes to eat apples.
Carlito?
Yo, I feel like Carlito, and you know who else I'd bring back too? Because it would be controversy, and now you have TV 14. Bring back Alberto Del Rio, baby. Bring back Alberto, the woman beater Del Rio.
How about
Oh yeah.
Fandango?
Who had a bigger main event? I mean, who had a bigger WrestleMania debut than Fandango, and then just turns into
Jericho?
beating Jericho, having the big. I was there for that, man. He had the big fucking.
Remember that? Yep.
Fucking awesome, dude. He had such an. And then the leg drop off the top rope, clean.
You remember the roar at the Garden, where you could still watch videos of that, where like the crowd, like when they were trying to go home at the end of it, the crowd was just singing it. Then they were singing it outside. Then they were singing it on the train.
He was over, bro. They had him over for a couple of fucking weeks. I don't know why they dropped the ball on him.
Jericho claimed in, I don't even know if this is his podcast, I think it was an interview, that Vince was going to put the title on him. 1,000%. Vince loved him. Loved him.
He had the look, yeah.
And he got hurt. And Jericho's like, he did, you know, if it was like 10, 15 years ago, with that injury, we don't even tell anybody. He's like, now, like, the new age athlete's a little different. And, he, you know, he mentioned to someone that he wasn't feeling right. And, you know, it led to an injury that took him out for a little bit. And that was that. I mean, it was over.
They just killed the momentum to run, that was it.
Yeah.
That sucks. He's an NWA, too. He's over there.
Super cool guy. I just met him, what was it, about a month and a half ago at that one in Brooklyn.
He looks super cool.
Super cool guy. Bullshit with him. Like, I was like, oh, like, you got hurt around that time? And he's like, yeah. He was super cool guy. He's like, you know what, dude? He's like, I was able to stick around there long enough to make my money. He's like, I got out. I'm healthy now. I can fuck around a little bit, you know, and I'm good. So he was really cool. Super cool dude.
Yeah, he wrestles for NWA too, man. He's over there as Dirty Dango.
Dirty
some of
Dango,
these,
yeah.
if you watch some of these promos with you know, the other guy, you'll see Dirty Dango in there. Sometimes they have matches. They're probably the two best guys there besides Cardona. That's another guy I'd bring back, man. Bring back
that's
Matt
one.
Cardona, man.
Oh man, the conquering hero, bro. Like mid card, they threw you to the side. You did the indie thing. You won titles fucking everywhere, and you come back and end up being in like the big world title picture.
Yeah, that's a way to shake things up too. You nab him up before AEW does, because you know AEW. He's definitely on AEW's radar. Always is. I think now he's a little injured, and he's so happy with where he is right now with his life and like just the freedom of going and wrestling anywhere he fucking wants, whenever he wants, answering to no one, and guess what? Making money. He's making money. People are paying him for autographs. People are paying him to wrestle. People are supporting his podcast, his YouTube, his this. He's got... I mean, if you really break it down, bro, he's got more going on than almost any other wrestler in the world right now. Minute to minute, day by day. Because that guy's activity on social media is wild. Wild. And that's why Vince hated him, bro. Because he made his own fame.
And now that he's married to Chelsea Green, she's huge influencer as well.
Yes.
You know, she's on all the time.
Yeah, you got to sign them to WWE right now. Him, the package, Matt and Chelsea. You know, and I could see a match down the road. Matt and Chelsea versus Seth and fucking big time Jax.
She's pretty good. I don't know if you've seen a fight.
No, she's good. Yeah, she's not.
Did you see the bump that her and Deanna took off the ladder?
Where at Impact?
Yeah, it was a couple weeks.
I think I heard about it. I didn't know. I didn't see it. It's worth watching.
Send you that. Yeah, it was top of a ladder. Ladder tipped over. They went out the ring and then on top of a double table on the side.
Damn, man. I got a lot of driving on Tuesday, so Tuesday I have my shit loaded up. I'm going to watch the FTR versus the Briscoes match. Yeah. I'm going to watch the Claudio match, and I got a couple other things lined up for the trip to make sure. That's what I try to do when I have like long trips of just straight driving. I'm watching wrestling, man, that I missed out on. Or something. Fuck, man. I'm waiting for my toy. It still didn't come, man. I want my Rip 'em. Best wrestling movie ever made. I don't know if you agree with that.
It's really good.
Do you know a better wrestling movie than this one?
I don't.
Maybe Ready to Rumble with David Arquette. That was great.
Yeah, I didn't really love that one.
I love that because you got to see all the...
Yeah, that I liked.
That was a great movie. Everything else is trash.
Movies are too, but have you watched Heels yet?
Yeah, I've watched every episode of Heels. Fantastic show.
I didn't know nothing about it until the first season was over, and someone sent me a link of this, like, something you would like, and I looked at it, and I'm like, it's wrestling? Wait, it's TV?
And CM Punk was in it?
CM Punk's in it. Mick Foley did a cameo. I said, let me watch it. So I literally started watching it just because it was fucking wrestling, right? And like 2-3 episodes in, I'm like, yo, this is a great show. I'm like, this is like a real...
Are you familiar with Green Arrow, too? You ever watch Green Arrow?
Yep.
How good was the first 2 seasons of Green Arrow? God damn it, man. I feel like I was... Oh.
I didn't finish it all yet.
No, it got whack after season 4 or 5, but the first 2 seasons of that show, to me, are up there with any comic book TV show ever made. It's just such a good story. They did it well, but whatever. I don't know. Stephen Amell, yeah, he was great in Heels. He really did a good job.
Characters were great. The kid was great.
Wasn't he in SummerSlam too? He fought with Stardust against Pac. They had a tag team match, and he did
really?
Stephen Amell, and I think it was Stephen Amell and Stardust versus Pac and someone else. They had a match.
Was it last year?
No, hell no. This was I'm talking about Stardust. Goddamn, this was a while ago. Stephen.
The kid who plays his brother Ace was like one of the top characters in the show Vikings.
I still haven't seen Vikings.
Really good.
I gotta watch that show, bro. Yeah, he teamed up with, let's see, blah blah blah. Stephen Amell and Neville. Back then he was Neville. Teams up to battle Stardust and King Barrett this Sunday at SummerSlam. Well, obviously not this Sunday. You don't remember that? Yeah, man. It was actually, he did really good. Because he's really athletic, Stephen Amell.
Yeah.
From all the stunts that he does in the shows. So he came in there and fucking killed it, man. So yeah, he wasn't actually linked up with Stardust. Stardust was being the instigator, and Stephen Amell was just at the ringside enjoying the Raw or whatever. And then he just goes up to him and does the whole Stardust bullshit, and then that's how they started the storyline.
Yeah, that fucking end of that match when the fucking ladder's there, right? And I'm like, and then the girl comes out, she throws the Hurricane Rana on him. I'm like, oh, she's gonna win! Like, super excited. That show was super fucking exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the fucking kid just wanted to be a face, and they were chanting for the brother instead.
Yeah.
He looked over at him, right? He was just like, he just like scampered out to like.
It was fucked up when he broke his fucking arm too.
Yep.
He's like, fuck it.
Good show.
Nah, it definitely was a good show, man. We'll see if tomorrow night's a good show. I guess we gotta find out, man. I was watching, what did I just finish watching? I finished the season of The Boys. Fantastic show.
I started watching it last week, and I've been binging it. It's season 3 now.
Yeah, it's great. Finish is great. You saw the Titans ever? DC show?
No, I know it.
Never, right? And you still haven't seen Peacemaker either, right?
No.
Oh man, I can't wait till you watch that. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it because after you finish watching the full season of Peacemaker, I promise you, every time you see John Cena, you will not think of wrestling.
Okay.
You will see John Cena permanently and forever. As you know how you see certain actors as the role they played forever. When you're done with Peacemaker, you will see peace. Every time you see John Cena for the rest of your life, you won't be seeing this. Okay? You won't be seeing the You Can't See Me. You will be seeing... Where is he? He's in my drawer. I'm not pulling him out. You will see the Peacemaker, though. Find time to watch that before the end of the year, man. Because I want you to watch Season 2 with me when it premieres. And I think it's going to be in November. I think. I don't know. We got to wait.
As soon as I finish The Boys, that's my next
Are you a Game of Thrones guy?
Yeah.
So you banged out the whole... You've seen everything for Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Are you excited for House of Dragons?
Yeah, and I don't know, like, there's a lot of people getting, like, a lot of people that are just, like, so turned off by the ending, which everyone kind of should be turned off by the ending.
Nah, the ending was shit.
Right, terrible. But they're kind of, like, not as hyped for this as they should be, and I've been trying to convince people, like, in the last couple of weeks, like, yo, no, this is going to be really good.
At the end of the day, the reason you loved Game of Thrones is because of the long battle scenes, the fucking over-the-top production, the costumes, the sets, the writing, the story, the drama. You know, you don't fucking compare the entire fucking show to the last 10 minutes. Because the last hour was good. It was just the last 10 minutes that, you know, I was like, fuck, man. But there's no real way to end the show without pissing someone off. There's just no way to do it. Everybody's cheering for their person who they want to see, you know, on top. Obviously, I wanted Jon Snow to be the big dog at the end. We don't get what we want. Daenerys gets fucking murdered. It's fucked. It's fucked.
The last 2 episodes should have been like a season. Like, you had to build up her going crazy, not just like she's...
Yeah, I can agree with that.
The bell starts tolling, and that's it. Like, the twitches in her brain, and she fucking nuked.
But that's what made it so fucking exciting, though, because it's like, oh, fuck, it's all over. This is it. Like, you know this is it. When you got up to that last episode, and everything was just happening the way it was happening, you're like, fuck, this is it. This is it. And then the season before the last season, when they were doing all those battles with the White Walkers, like those big epic... Damn, bro, that was better than like any Lord of the Rings movie, all that shit. Like, they did so good, bro. Yeah, so I feel you, bro. This show's gonna be fire, I think.
Yeah, I hope so.
Give it a season. Once it comes on and it gets the reviews and everyone's on its dick, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes these shows, they don't get popular till after they come out and they have the 98% fresh and all that garbage.
Yep.
Oh, man. Anyway, enjoy your weekend with your family. Enjoy watching SummerSlam. And, hopefully we have something good to talk about on Monday.
Hopefully.
Or maybe I never see you again because you're just done with wrestling.
Possible.
Either way, if that's the case, it was nice while it lasted. Otherwise, enjoy your weekend, and I'll hopefully see you on Monday.
See you at the next Creative Pro show. That's all the wrestling I'm watching.
That sounds good, too. I'm down with that, man. For everybody that's been watching, we appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow for SummerSlam live play-by-play. where I don't have to read off a script, and I promise you my live play-by-play is better than anything I can ever read. But as you can see, I'm sweating over here because it's like 95 degrees, so we're ending this shit. Thank you for watching. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitch, Spotify, all that good shit. And we'll see you next time. Everybody have a good night. God bless.
And I just want to say, you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts. Max Caster, your future AEW champion. Fucking man. Yeah.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Bret say you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins